everyone, it's Melody here with my first layout using my Tess-a-Penpal collection from Thoughtful Studio. This is the very first layout that I'm doing with this kit, and so I'm actually going to do an unpocketed layout as I have heard it described, and I'm actually in love with this idea. So you'll probably be seeing a lot of these types of layouts on my channel here, but I have a small album that I have used to do memory planning in the past and just have a couple other random types of layouts in there. Well, I've decided to start doing some of these little mini layouts, and they measure about 8¼ well, they don't measure about, they do measure 8¼ by 6¼ and then I put the holes directly into the layout and then put it right into my album, and I will share that in a couple photos at the very end of this video, so make sure you check those out if you want to see how it actually looks once it's in the album. So I'm taking a couple of the papers from this collection, and I will put it up in the cards as to linking back to my video where I share this collection. So you can see all the different papers and products that I had to choose from in making this layout. So make sure you go check out that video if you missed it whenever I shared that a couple weeks ago. Now, because of the size of the page that I needed it to be, I needed to leave the manufacturer's strip on the bottom. But I was going to cover it up by washi tape, but the washi tape was too transparent and you could see the writing through it. So I just took a piece of scrap white cardstock and just glued it right on top of there. And I actually really like the white border that it leaves at the bottom of this page. Taking a couple of the papers here, I've trimmed down 2. This layout is all about Kaylin's first time flying. So I knew it was perfect for this collection because I've got this really pretty blue tone-on-tone plain pattern paper. And then that red pattern paper that you see actually is like teapots, but it just looks very sketchy. It kind of has like sketchy lines on it outlining the teapots. And so it wasn't necessarily the fact that I had teapots, it was more so the color is actually what drew me to this paper. I've got all the different cutouts here that I am kind of rifling through, trying to decide what I want to use. I really wanted to use one of the planes on this particular layout, but I actually struggled a bit using it, and I think it's because I was using the plain pattern paper. I already had so many airplanes, it felt funny to add another airplane, and then you're going to see me kind of fuss around with it a little bit because I just was trying to figure out how to make the plane fly up in the air, but by doing that it was flying opposite of the planes that I had already glued down, and if I had thought about that from the beginning, I probably would have flipped the pattern paper over and had them flying more up into the sky, which is not really that big of a deal. It actually points kind of towards my photo, which I do like. But if I had had the forethought to think about the fact that I might want to use the plain die cut, then I probably would have had the plain paper facing the opposite direction, but whatever, it's neither here nor there. It's not that big of a deal. But as I was trying to add the plain die cut, that's what I was thinking. I do have a few bits of scrap paper that I am going to add to this page. I've got this one that is just the black and white stripe here. And then I do have some washi tape that I pulled in from my stash as well. And I have no idea where that washi tape is from. I'm going to be honest with you. I have no clue. It's just some random white and silver washi tape that I had already in my collection. It was actually just sitting on my desk, so I thought it was a good addition to this. And I am using these Ellie Studio white numbers and letters. And this is just a sticker alpha that I had in my collection. It's one that I've used quite a few times. It's a pretty standard white alphabet font. And as I'm writing this out, I decided to go ahead and go do my journaling at my desk and print it out so I can include it on this page as well. And my journaling just says, Kaylin has never been on an airplane before. This is his first trip. He is so excited and so very nervous at the same time. He doesn't know what to expect. He doesn't know how it will feel. He doesn't know if it will be bumpy or if it will make him sick. All he knows is he is so nervous and so excited. So my title is actually going to be so nervous, so excited, and it's actually going to be in 2 different spots on this layout. I'm going to put so excited up here on the top right and then so nervous down here on the bottom left. I'm just doing my journaling right now, which is why you're kind of not seeing anything happen. But since I had a lot to say and this layout went fairly quickly, I kind of left this dead space in the video. Plus you get a good view of all the different die cuts that I had to work with as far as what options I was putting on this layout. I did layer that dotted kind of square ombre looking die cut under my photo. I like the fact that it brought in a lot of the colors. And then I did use a third pattern paper. It's the blue tone floral that was in the collection to mat my photo on, and then I matted that on white. I really like the contrast of the white borders around certain things, and then with having that white strip at the very bottom, it works really well to kind of tie all the colors in. I did cut off that die cut on the top left and use it kind of as a piece to mirror the just for you that is going off on the bottom right. I've got something coming on the top of the page from the top left, and then something going off the page on the bottom right, and they're both like text, they're both words. I like the balance of that, and then the fact that it brings a little bit of a darker color up to the top left of the layout kind of balances out the weight of the photo because it's in that darker color. I am using those same alphas, just a combination of the uppercase and lowercase. I probably would have chosen to do all lowercase if I had the proper selection of letters to choose from, but because this is a sticker sheet that I've used quite a bit, I had run out of lowercase e's, so I am just using all uppercase in the word nervous and excited, and then using lowercase for the words so. Both of those. Not necessarily any particular reason why I use the lowercase there. I just like the combination of the upper and lowercase together. I think it just adds a little bit more, I don't know, a little something, I guess, to the layout. I'm fussing around with where to put my journaling, and I decided to put it right next to my photo, but to offset it just a little bit. And I really fussed around with the dots here, trying to figure out if I wanted to include them as well, to kind of mirror how they come out from behind the photo. But I just am not able to kind of make it work the way I like it. It wasn't working out how I had it in my head. So I just decided to nix that idea and add another piece of washi tape. I am using my T-square ruler, but I end up putting that down way too high and having to pull the washi tape up because I didn't want the journaling to stick out above my photo. And so I have to like pull that off and put that back down. Now I do have to be careful with this washi tape because it's really not very sticky. So I had to go back after the layout was complete and kind of reinforce it with a little bit of glue. But that completes this layout. And doesn't it look so pretty in that album? I just like the way that it looks. I love the colors that pop off of it. And I just love the way that this layout came together. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I am going to have a couple different videos linked for you at the end here. I'm going to have my last layout that I posted as well as a link to the video where I share this collection. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will be back soon with another layout. Bye!